Hey guys, what's up? Time for another game theory video. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks to Dymo for the thumbnail. EX moves are like when your parents tell you or warn you about the kids you're hanging out with, the new group of friends. They warn you about the drugs you're doing, whatever. And then you're like,
No, these drugs are my friends. No, they love me.
and then the next day, your parents, they find you and you're dead. You got a butt plug up your butt. You're dressed as a woman. It says Princess Peach on your ass or something. Basically, the point is you were in a transitional phase. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You were confused about how life really works. And you ended up with the butt plug in your butt, and now you are dead. If you like EX moves, you might be a bad person. I've made so many videos and I've talked about it so many times throughout the years. EX moves fucking suck. They're fucking terrible. I can't believe people. I saw some comments in the recent video. People were bringing it up, and I'm like, do you even know why EX move sucks? Have you watched the videos? EX moves homogenize games. They're like one step forward, two steps back. They are two steps back. They are a fake complexity. I mean, I could go on and on. I've talked about this so many times, dude. How do they homogenize games instead of adding the complexity that people want to believe, meter management, whatever, as if meter management doesn't exist in other games? How are they one step forward, two steps back, etc., etc., etc.? Easy examples, look at Ryu. And this is an example is especially relevant in a game like Street Fighter because of the scope of the game and how it is played with fireballs and stuff. Originally in Fireball Wars, once supers were implemented, Ryu had the super fireball. This kind of stays true to his idea of being the Fireball Dragon Punch character, and Ryu wins the Fireball Wars, right? Because he has the super. Well, now if we put in EX moves, we throw in a big problem because now, obviously, because of the way the game is played, the scope of it, every character now needs an EX fireball that must be able to win the fireball war, so to speak, right? Every character has to be able to win the fireball war. Do you get what I'm getting at? Ryu is now automatically less special. You don't pick Ryu now and think, oh wow, Ryu is going to always win the fireball war now if he has super. It's not like that now. We have already, just in this very simple example, homogenized the game, at least to a little bit of a degree, maybe an arguable degree, whatever. Look at the fake complexity. One step forward, two steps back. Street Fighter 3. Oh, we're going to take away Ryu's red fireball that knocks down, but hey, for a cheap pop, this EX move, it's going to be red. It's a red fireball. You like the red fireball, right? So cool. But you know what? Okay, we know you feel a little left out because we're taking away moves, really. So we'll give you another special move that knocks down. We'll give you the thrust kick. Are you serious? Do you see how ridiculous this is? Are you going to defend that? Wow, okay. Do we even need the thrust kick? Look at the games now with so many EX moves that are really at the end of the day, and I say this so many times, they're just more and more, oh, this move juggles. This move gives you more combo opportunities, combo fodder, if you will. I mean, seriously, how many times have I said before, you look at a game and you look at what is this EX move going to do? And you're like, oh, it probably just juggles, right? Oh, yeah, it juggles. Well, what about that one? Oh, yeah, it juggles. What about this one? Yeah, that one fucking juggles too. Look at these goddamn fucking Street Fighter 5 patch notes for how many years, and it's just like, oh, hey, the EX move juggles now more. Juggles more. Easier to combo with. Wow. Amazing. Can you see the butt plug is in your butt and you are confused? You don't know what you're talking about? Your parents have warned you about EX moves. They're not fucking good. And the craziest thing, you will see the community defend EX moves. Oh, this is so good, whatever. But so many of these people that defend this kind of like, progression of fighting games are also the same people that hate combos. Oh, this guy, he's a lab monster. I'm good at the game. I'm the one that's good. Never done anything in the game, of course, but oh, hey, look at this.
Hey, guys, I did an EX move 3 times in a row. Yes. But I hate combos. I can actually play the game.
No, you fucking can't. You can't play the game. You shouldn't. Jesus Christ, the hypocrisy of the fucking scene. And on the off chance that the EX move doesn't juggle more, what does this EX move actually do now? And sometimes, of course, the move still does juggle more, but The EX move actually just reverts to its original classic properties. Hey, do you remember when Dragon Punches were invincible? Oh yeah, I sure do. Well, now you got to use meter to do it. Are you kidding me? I have to use meter to have the original properties of my moves. Are you serious? And I've said this before, and don't even give me a bullshit example that are like, oh, we hate invincible moves because that means you just Dragon Punch as an anti-air, reversal, whatever it might be. Because you know what? I can't think of any fighting game where you have invincible Dragon Punches where you do not anti-air with normal moves still. Super Turbo, old school Street Fighter, guess what? You still anti-air sometimes with, say, air-to-air normals. It could be anything like that, right? So that argument is completely false that you always do the invincible move. That's why we don't want invincible. It's stupid because it's not how video games are played. So we have this situation here where we're actually taking away the original properties of moves. And then we are spreading these properties of moves thinly across quotation marks, new moves, and properties that we already had in the first place. All while doing this because of the scope of what is a 2D fighting game, we are automatically homogenizing the entire cast because of it. Because again, remember, a fighting game really is only characters, stages, and music. There's only so much you can do on the 2D plane, what we're given here. Some of these video games, right? Regularly, we have games that have 40 plus characters, whatever it might be. There's only so much you can do in a game like that in a fighting game. You're spreading out characters with moves like this. It's inevitable that more and more, you're just going to start to give characters moves that basically what their counterpart character already has. What used to be the archetypical character is becoming more and more blurred. And that isn't to say that characters can't be versatile, because of course they can. And there has to be a progression of games, right? For sure. And that's why I've made videos talking about often one of the only ways that truly progression can be made in a fighting game is through the system. But EX moves is not the system to do it. But again, characters can be versatile, but inevitably, when there's so many characters, there's only so much you can do in a 2D game. These characters are just becoming different shades of gray. What made one character feel special is no longer that special anymore. And seriously, how many cool EX moves are there? And guess what? Whenever I say this, some person always chimes in the same shit. And it's like, did you watch the video? You've already answered what I've said before. Somebody will bring up Kyo's move where he runs at you and he blows you up. But if you do the EX one of it, it's a command throw instead of running at you. Oh, what about Ryu's Hurricane Kick? He does his Shinku, a Hurricane Kick. You know what I mean? Where it has different properties and uses, so to speak. And it's like, well, no shit. You just fucking proved my point. You are using the exception to the rule. These are examples that I've already given. These moves are not just what is the normal for EX moves. They're just this move juggles more combos. Oh, it has the properties that the move originally used to have. These moves actually have a different use. They add something different to the character, and which is, again, why I've said so many times, EX moves are better in a game like Guilty Gear Accent Core, where sounds for a few, some of the Mugen, I fucking called it already. Some of the moves are just lazy Mugen moves. They're lazy EX Mugen moves that some kid could make. You know what I mean? They're boring and they don't feel special. But, in general, I would say Guilty Gear did a good thing with EX moves, They're just adding, you have this one little, almost like a little baby super, if you will, a little EX move. You know what I mean? They aren't toning down an old move to make way for quotation marks a new move. They aren't bastardizing old moves for the sake of this fake complexity with this inevitable homogenization of your game. They're actually adding something new to the character. And that's why I said you can watch the videos where I've talked about what I would do if I was changing Street Fighter. If you're going to give Ryu an EX move, you know what? You want him to have the thrust kick? Thrust kick is just an EX only move. There you go. Super Hurricane Kick is an EX move, but now he doesn't actually have the Super Hurricane Kick, right? Boom, he's done. He doesn't need a Super Hurricane Kick as some large damage super, whatever it might be, when you have the Shincharuken. Oh, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need Thrust Kick as a regular special when he has other tools in his kit already that can potentially do the same thing without bastardizing him. Look at the examples that I give Ken. The Ken examples are fucking insane. They're fucking perfect. Go watch the videos and you're like, wow, you just look at it, you're like, wow, that's amazing. So anyway, and I could have got more in depth with EX moves because of course, I want to say the very first game with EX moves with Street Fighter was actually that Street Fighter the movie game, right? You know what I mean? I could have talked to that about that, but of course, how EX moves in that game are not exactly how they are now. That game had that weird property, potentially interesting. I'd have to think about it, where if you had full bar, you had EX moves forever, but EX moves were not always in that game actually just this move juggles more, this move blah blah. Some of the moves actually were more inclined to have different properties, which is more interesting than you can say for now the past 20 years, I guess, of God, no, Street Fighter 3, 97, right? Was Street Fighter 3 97 or 96? I forget. My God, fuck, 25 years? 25 years of terrible EX moves. My God. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. The end.